Joining me now from California is Hugh Thompson, RSAC Executive Chair and Program Committee Chair of the conference. Hugh, great to have you on the show. We are much looking forward to this particular event, and set the scene for us. What can attendees expect?
First, thanks so much for having me on. It is so exciting getting so close to this event. We consider it the Super Bowl of cybersecurity. The world cyber defenders get together, they communicate, they collaborate with each other, they calibrate on what the recent threats are, the attacks, how to defend. It really is an amazing set of activities that these folks go through. And if you think about how important cybersecurity has become in the world, there has never been a more critical time for these folks to get together, to plan, to strategize, and get ready to defend.
Hugh, the New York Stock Exchange is going to be on the ground at this year's annual event taking place in just a little over a week. What other companies, what other leaders in this space can we expect to see at RSAC?
Great question. Any major vendor that touches cybersecurity will be there. Companies like Microsoft, companies like CrowdStrike or Palo Alto Networks. Many of the folks that you've, I'm sure, spoken to and had on this show, and many of those folks are listed on your exchange. It is a coming together of the industry. I believe every major player will be represented there. And folks are going to be interested. What do you have for us, right? What about all this AI stuff that's been going on? How are you going to protect us against it? How are you leveraging it for our benefit? Those are some of the big questions.
Let's dive into that a little bit more and give our viewers, Hugh, a sense as to the pros and cons of artificial intelligence in this space. What can you tell us?
I'll tell you, it is fascinating watching things play out. It really is a double-edged sword. So you've got three aspects of AI as it relates to security. Number one, the cybersecurity industry is very interested in how can we defend better using AI. You'll see lots of companies, lots of talks on that topic, and I think we're making good progress. Number two, AI is actually making the attacker better. We're seeing that in terms of the volume of spam that you're now getting, the volume of these ransomware attacks that are now happening out in the world. It's allowing these cyber enterprises, these malicious enterprises, criminal enterprises, to go after even small and medium-sized businesses because they now have scale. So number three is they're thinking about how do you secure AI itself? If I'm going to be dependent on this AI to get my company more efficient, to take over customer support, for example, how do we know it is secure? So those three topics are going to be top of mind for folks walking into this event in about a week and a half.
So this year is going to feature the 20th annual RSAC Sandbox Innovation Contest, Hugh.
Right.
What does that entail?
Oh my gosh, it is so much fun to think about it as the most promising cybersecurity startups in the world competing against each other. And this year we had over 200 submissions. Think about that, 200 brand new cybersecurity companies. They submit, they get down selected by an expert panel of judges. And then on the stage, first day of the conference, they face off against each other. They've got 3 minutes to pitch their company and what they do and how the product's going to change the world. They're judged live with those judges. And really, the attendees win because they get to see the future of cybersecurity in a really condensed period of time. 20th anniversary. It's going to be big. It's going to be amazing. Huge companies come out of that.
What do you hope comes out of this year's event?
What I really hope for is for people in the cybersecurity space, number one, to understand they're not alone, right? Cyber is often a thankless job. It's a calling, right? You don't get into it unless you truly want to help people. But that can be tough inside of a business. It often means saying no, you can't do something because it's too risky. And you get to tell people no a lot of times, and it's hard on you. So I think it's a very sort of therapeutic event in one way, because folks get to talk to each other about their daily jobs. But I think the technology is moving so fast. What I hope is that people will share stories of how they've implemented AI, for example, to make their security operations more efficient. Tell stories about how they recovered from a ransomware attack. Actually share. And this is a community that loves to share. You wouldn't expect that in cybersecurity, but it happens at RSAC.
Hugh, we are so excited to be on the ground there, speaking to many companies and attendees who will join you in San Francisco in just a little over a week. We hope you'll rejoin us here also on our programming after the event to give us an update on how those takeaways played out. But we are wishing you the best, and we look forward to hearing more throughout the event.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to seeing you there.
We'll see you soon. Hugh Thompson, RSAC Executive Chair and Program Committee Chair of the RSAC Conference.